Your anesthesiology hourly rate was decided before you walked in. Not by you, by whoever built the compensation model your offer came from. Here's what the 2025 National Anesthesiology data actually shows. Median total compensation for anesthesiology, $563,750. That is the number. 4,386 full-time anesthesiologists in the dataset. That is your anchor. Now here is the problem. ASA units are not work RVUs. The data does not publish your hourly rate. It never has. What you see in your contract is an annual income figure, and your effective hourly rate is derived from that number by dividing it against assumed clinical hours. Hours that are chosen by your employer, not by you, and not by any national benchmark. Run the math yourself. $563,750 at 1,440 clinical hours. A lighter academic schedule gives you $391 per hour. At 1,728 hours, a more typical community OR schedule, you are at $326 per hour. At 1,800 hours, which is what many groups quietly assume without stating it, you drop to $313 per hour. At 2,000 hours, heavy load with minimal time off, you are at $282 per hour. Same salary, same physician, same national benchmark. 4 completely different hourly rates, spread by more than $100 per hour, depending entirely on a number your contract almost certainly never states. Now add on call. This is where anesthesiology diverges from every other hospital-based specialty. The median annual on-call compensation in this dataset is $32,784. That sounds reasonable. It is not the number to watch. Watch the distribution. The 25th percentile is $9,133. The 90th percentile is $448,358. That is not a typo. The spread between the bottom quartile and the top decile of on-call compensation in anesthesiology is $439,000 per year, from the same base salary. Some of that difference is call obligation, how many days per year you are required to cover. Some of it is call rate, whether your group pays $2,000 per day for coverage or pays nothing. Some of it is structure, whether call compensation is embedded in your base and therefore not separately negotiable, or whether it is an add-on you can actually read and evaluate. 2 contracts with identical base salaries can produce $40,000 or $400,000 in additional annual income based solely on the call structure. Most physicians signing anesthesiology contracts cannot tell you which bucket they are in until year 1 is over. Anesthesiology has the heaviest base salary weighting of any specialty in this dataset. 80% of compensation at median is straight salary. That looks like stability. It is also a structure that makes it very easy for a practice to absorb the entire productivity and on-call upside into the entity, while the physician sees a fixed number that never moves. Your effective hourly depends on 3 things your offer letter does not show you. 1. The annual clinical hours your employer assumed when they built your compensation model, and whether that assumption is realistic given your actual call and OR schedule. 2. Whether your on-call obligation is compensated at or above the $2,000 per day median rate, and whether that compensation is separately stated or buried. 3. The comp to collections ratio your group is running. At median in this dataset, anesthesiologists receive $1.12 in compensation for every dollar collected, the most collection-neutral ratio of any hospital-based specialty. If your group is collecting more, the practice is capturing the difference. The number on your offer letter is the starting point. It is not the analysis. ClauseLine analyzes anesthesiology contracts. Link in the description.